What happens?
Mukazi omusoga izo kusabula MP. Olikweta doliko oliwalukia. But the others are humble. Dorin has told me here, Mwesige, that the Batora are too humble, so for them
they take it easy.
They will take it easy.
Kantereze Dorin Mwesige ne Supolukia na Simon Muyanga Lutana Adam Kungfetuliwo.
That's why I had also thought it would be wiser to save us of the other names. I had allowed Lukia and Dorin to share my name.
Oh.
So you simply say
Lukia.
Dorin Muyanga, Lukia Muyanga. Because the other names,
those are yours, so there will be no cause for alarm after all.
That's what I would do. Anyway, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and a contingent of Ugandan officials are in South Africa for the Uganda-South African Business Summit, where they are expected to broker a lot of business and attract many South African investors to come and work here and bring their money and invest here. By yesterday, I think they had signed 1 or 2 serious agreements that would enable the South Africans to come and trade with Ugandan businessmen. The Minister of Trade, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister of Works, and some officials from the Private Sector Foundation Uganda in South Africa to help government secure several businesses. A move that I think is good for our country, because in this country, we all need resources and we must support whichever political side you belong to. We must support all the efforts in resource mobilization, all the efforts that help us bring more money to our country, more resources to our country, more jobs to our country, are efforts we must support. Of course, as we support resource mobilization, citizens must put a lot of pressure on government to, one, respect the resources we have, allocate those resources equitably, and account for those resources. Put resources to good use instead of just wasting whatever we have. I think Uganda has a lot of money. If we really treated our money very well, we'd be able to do a lot. As reading the Civil Aviation Authority report of last month, I think this month, that came out this month, I think a week ago, I think by Vianney Ruja,
the spokesperson
of CAA, that points to the fact that Uganda had in the last month, exported more than it had imported. And such is a good move in balancing our balance of trade equation. It is also good for our foreign exchange equation. And it is one thing I think, like I've said always and I've been misunderstood, the opposition must speak politics, but sometimes also speak business. When, for example, if I were in the opposition, I would have asked police to allow me to demonstrate against the corrupt who stole iron sheets from the office of the Prime Minister. But you know that very few can do that. Reason being that along the way, if they come out to demonstrate, you never know what revelations may come out to show that maybe some of them benefited from these iron sheets. I've seen how the iron sheet saga has silenced critics like Frank Gashumba, your friend.
From Vida Maria.
Yes, I was listening to Frank Gashumba yesterday on Radio 4. After listening to Robin Anabanja one time saying, Bwebampa amabati, nagawa bagansabe Vida Maria. Nagawa Frank Gashumba, bagansabe nengabawa. Era negasereka kanisa yewaabwe. So I also had Frank Gashumba telling the rest of us, gamba nti Nabanja yabba amabati, oyo si mutuufu, omukazi mumuleke, tebagagabe waffe, tegaliyo tebasereke kanisa. Yes. We have just extended this investigation to include what the iron sheets were used for. The first thing was, the question was, amabati gano gali gani? It's the moral question. gaali g'abantu be Viramaliya, be Busoga, be Kayunga. No. Gaali g'abantu be Karamoja.
No.
Because in the office of...
No. You see, Saga, discussion you naku Saga no kuvanga etandika. I think I was here with you, Sir Simon. Nekugamba ekizibu kyonna we kiri ku office of the Prime Minister. They are not clearly telling abatwala amabaati gaali ga Karamoja. It's not conclusive because fena tukimenti office ya Prime Minister erimu relief items ezigenda mu bifo ebyenjawulo, affirmative action. There are those that are given to different leaders okutwala okumakereziya oba kumakanisa mu masomero n'ewalala. Kakati what is not clear, amabaati ba minisita ab'enjawulo ge baatwala gaali ga affirmative action oba gaali specifically for Karamoja. Agaali aga Karamoja specifically, so far what has come out clearly, agagambibwa okubeera aga minisita Kitutu ge yatwala e Namisindwa. That one they say gaali ga Karamoja. But gano agaba minisita abalala go bagamba gaali ga affirmative action. The only question is bwe baagatwala baayita mu mitendera emituufu kyekisooka. Ekyokubiri gaakola ekyo kye galina okubeera nga gakola.
You're just trying to employ a lot of diction. Let us gwe bakuzaalawa. Where are you born?
Nakaseke.
Uliwe Nakaseke.
Ngoma.
Okay. Kati yamba abantu bewammwe Nakaseke Ngoma.
In fact naffe twafuna through our chief administrative officer.
Yes, obanyonyola ekigambo affirmative action kitegeeza ki? Because you keep saying affirmative action. Nobody is unpacking that. What do you mean by affirmative action?
To summarize it in just a sentence, items eziweebwa abanaku. That is the literal understanding of that.
It could also mean the purpose of affirmative action is to say that because of our development differences, there are areas that are more developed
than others. Yes.
So we are trying to help those that are least developed also to come up. They may not be more developed than the others, but to come up and achieve a minimum level of
development,
of growth of living. That's what we mean when we say affirmative action. Therefore,
in this case,
the office of the Prime Minister has a docket on Bunyoro, on Luwero, on Karamoja.
Yes.
So Nakaseke Jova are entitled to relief items under the Luwero triangle.
Which is true.
Triangle. Ewa Matia Kasaija, Nemuchala Nabanja are entitled to some relief under the office of Bunyoro Affairs. Then the others under Karamoja, and it's only Busoga that this government hates, that has refused to, that has been denied opportunity to have affirmative action. Now you have also mentioned something critical, that these were relief items. Relief items. If they are relief items, and we have a whole ministry of disaster preparedness and relief, and the minister of that docket, Mr. Engineer Hilary Obalokel Onek, says he's not aware of how the relief items were procured and how the ministers shared. He only goes ahead to tell you that now that the Prime Minister also shared into the iron sheets, let her help us to explain. What does this show about togetherness or collective responsibility in the office of the Prime Minister? It also shows that in the office of the Prime Minister, everybody is on his own. How else would a minister for disaster preparedness called Engineer Onek fail to know about the procurement for relief items in Karamoja, for Bunyoro, for Luwero? Now, this is where the problem is. There must be a problem there.
Within the office.
Within the office. Number two, if you tell me that some people got iron sheets And they do not know whether it was for under the vote on Bunyoro or the vote on Karamoja or the vote for the other. It's also, our leaders serious that a minister of finance, Mr. Amos Lugolo, the man in charge of preparing and planning for our country, also received relief items, and the best he did was to build a pigsty, and he also does not know how rightly these iron sheets came about.
No.
What type of country are we talking
No.
about? I would adopt the Noop language again. I have loved some of these things. I think they when you hear them first time, you don't get what they mean. But when you follow them over time, you realize, I'm now understanding. Temulina chemutugamba. In this service, what I expected. I expect the ministers talked about to collectively come out and apologize and say, we apologize and promise to correct the wrongs.
See, yesterday I was here. I don't think they are speaking with impunity. Yesterday I was with you here.
You and Gashumba were speaking with impunity already.
No, not really. Yes. Gashumba gives his explanation. But again, yesterday...
Not Gashumba, I'm even disappointed in him. No wonder.
Yesterday I was here, Sir Simon.
This is outright.
And I told you that we don't need to put a lot of emotions in this. We needed to listen to these people and hear what they have to say.
Have I sounded emotional?
No,
I've pointed at two things that I want to analyze. One,
because when you say Temwina Chemutugamba,
Villa Maria,
you're being conclusive.
Is Villa Maria a Wafranga Shumba part of the areas that deserve affirmative action?
No, but we have seen leaders, but Minister Nabakova Parliament. The second, Sir Simon. We've seen Nabakova Parliament, but ministers, even before, Ngabasaba, Mbuandike, Eri official Saba minister. This is not the first time. I don't know why Ugandans want to show as if this is something new.
Not the first time.
We have seen them apply, and they have been availed these items, and they've taken them to their areas.
So do you think
what I'm telling you is, can we listen to these ministers? I am very impressed with Nalabye Minister Lugolovi. Listen to me, Sir Simon, a second. I'm impressed that I saw Minister Amos Lugolovi ng'agenda mu kakiiko ka State House Anti-Corruption Unit akakulemberwa mukwano gwange General Isoke okola statement that Minister Chitutu also went to this committee nena akola statement. Were
they summoned or they voluntarily went there?
They were summoned. And again, we expect the same people also to appear rather any parliament, because now parliament has also started investigations into the same. So I don't exonerate them.
If there is nothing wrong.
No,
if there is nothing
you're not getting me.
Then why the State House Anti-Corruption Unit and the parliament probing?
Have I said there is nothing wrong? All I'm saying, can we listen to what they're saying? In investigations, you know, me and you know, that you cannot conclude without listening to people.
Why do you imagine that our ears are dustbins? That we carry ears, that when you look at me, that the ears I carry are dustbins for everybody to come.
So how have you been able to conclude that, you know, they stole the iron sheets?
Adam, amatu gange gano bwogalaba page 44 gakaddiye gafuuse kasasiro for everybody to come and dump in kasasiro. Are we at that level? Do people think Ugandans are, you know, that we are there, we have a population that does not care. After all, we can say anything. Or the only problem with the iron sheets is because they are labeled.
Hey, Minister.
So if they were not labeled, omubi w'enkoko aba mubbi n'ow'ente aba mubbi n'ow'ennyumba aba mubbi n'ow'ettaka aba mubbi, a thief with a thief. It's the principle that you stole, you took something without authority, or you took something, abuse of office simply means.
Can we demand for thorough investigations into this matter?
What are we investigating? New Vision yakuyambye alese ekiyumba ky'embizi oli kye yazimba. Ne gwe bagamba naga nti yes natwala. What else are you investigating? Kunyanga naba investigating nga mwagala bafune ku sente z'okulya and they are working on a program.
Tuwumula mutujja n'ensonga endala tovaamu.
TV. Enoni Baba TV. Obusoga bulayire.
Get yourself a Zuku TV decoder and satellite dish today at a low price of only 105,000 Ugandan shillings and a Zuku decoder at only 60,000 Ugandan shillings and enjoy your favorite movies, series, kids entertainment, music, local and international news and lots more. Enjoy amazing packages like Zuku Smart Plus, Zuku Classic, Zuku Premium and Zuku Asia. Get connected today. Zuku, life got better.
Buyugira nyaffe Uganda ku Radio Africa. Tolemwa kumwenya. Oluwaka mwenyu akajjudde abanywanyi. Embeera y'obudde yatukolako mukwano. N'obutonde obutubeezaawo. Ne butusobozesa buli omu okubeerawo mu ngeri ye. Kuba ffenna tuli banjawulo ne mu ngeri gye tukwasaganyamu emirimu gyaffe. Naye ekitugatta ne tufuuka omuntu omu bwe bwomye buva mu kyokunywa ekyaleeruya jingatte drink n'aleeruya tamarin drink eddekende erikumala ennyonta ate nga wejjanjaba omubiri gwo. Ekyokunywa kino kye kitegeera emibiri gyaffe kuba kya butonde 100 ku 100. Woomerwa ekyokunywa kirimu omubisi gw'enkooge. Aleluya tamarin drink n'aleluya jingatte drink bikolebwa ba Aleluya Reflexology Healthy Solution and Nutritional Research Center Limited. Weefunira ekyokunywa kya Aleluya leero okuva ku maduuka wonna. Bakubire ku noti 393 24 15 66.
Buli kumacha Zuku kanesanyu Cross farm never kanga mumbaja Lunakulupia bila tabi pia Cross farm achuse zabola mwa Mama never kumuza mulungi wangazi Wakole wana obukugu obuchasinze
Tupaniza mu family yaffe y'emifaliso gya Rose Form. Muno mwe muli buli kika ky'omufaliso kyonna kye wali owulidde. Rose Form, ensi y'ebirooto ebirungi.
Joshua, what's wrong?
I'm punishing him because he failed. And if you dare fail again, I'll add more bricks. Failing everywhere.
No, uncle, you don't need to punish him. Just take him to a better school like my father did.
Which school is that?
Palace Junior School Chireka, a nursery and primary school, day and boarding, registered by the Ministry of Education and Sports, with best moral standards, qualified teachers, good studying conditions, feed on a balanced diet, with accommodative dormitories, supports talents through music, dance, drama, and sports, with fascinating infrastructures located in Chireka along Nambole Road with a UNEP center number. For more information, please contact us on the numbers on your screen: 0702 42 1053 or 0705 800 794. Take your child to Palace Junior School Chireka and you won't regret. At Palace Junior School, in God we excel.
Enoni Baba TV. Obusoga bulayire. Eno ni gangamuka ku Baba TV.
Adam Al-Mahad Kungu, bintu byakachai mpola mpola. Ninze Simon Muyanga Lutaya, the prospectus Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda. I want to insist, I do not mind about the insults. I can read from our social media pages. I am focused on one thing. I cannot keep lamenting and fail to be a solution. I want to be a solution to the mess in the Prime Minister's office because it is not new. There's always been issues in the Prime Minister's office. During the time of Nabanja, I think Nabanja byakatandika na butandisi actually. She's been very lucky that, but tebyakatandika butandisi because the first saga was about blankets. I've also seen Nabanja go to hospitals in her impromptu visits to many of the health facilities. At one time I wanted to imagine that Nabanja was doing more work as a health minister, as a minister for health, than she was doing as a prime minister. So we had the saga about blankets. We now have one saga about iron sheets, and then yesterday, just a new one came out worth 25 billion. Doreen Mwesge read here the new saga about goats made for Karamoja. So when I say I want to be prime minister, I am speaking from a point of love for my country and from a point of ability that I can fix a few things. We had the OPM saga that took us in that prison. You remember that? It was also big. It means that there is a problem that requires serious prayer. I am not going to the office of the Prime Minister to use political might, no. But I know when I go there, I'll pray. I'll summon a team of our intercessors to intercede for our country, to pray for the office of the Prime Minister, to pray for the sinners. We are in a Lent period. To pray for the sinners and the thieves who are speaking with impunity. People speaking like they are speaking about their homes. You know, you can't. You have no reason to give, no explanation to give. When you take iron sheets supposed to help people in Karamoja build better homes, and you take them to your house to build a pigsty, I mean, this is absolutely the best you can do is to apologize or resign. I
understand your anger, Sir Simon, but again, on the other side, I think Mr. Museveni, the president of this country, is on a very big test. Kubanga, I think it's time. This time he walks the talk.
Which talk? Which one?
Mose has on several occasions told the country engeri gyatayagalira ddala bubbi bukenuzi buli bwanguzi. In fact, the other day bw'ojjukira twali e Kakumiro, a second, twali e Kakumiro, n'alabula abakulembeze ku local council level districts n'abagamba ekiri eyo mpulira kika mu district service commissions naga ku lunno tetugenda kuttira muntu yenna ku liiso ayesembereza obubbi obukenuzi n'ebintu ebifaanaganako ng'ebyo. I am eagerly waiting to see what the head of state is going to do in this case.
Mr. Museveni said, actually, Mr. Museveni tolerates the corrupt. He did say a few
He tolerates the corrupt.
Ago, he said, I have tolerated the corrupt, but my son Muhoozi will not accept. Do you remember that statement?
I do.
I have tolerated the corrupt, but my son Muhoozi will not accept. He will be tougher. So Mr. Museveni knows that him and the corrupt cannot fight. He has actually resigned from that duty of fighting corruption, and only has hope that his son, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, will deal with that one. He has spoken it in public. He has said it.
The problem, you're looking at only one.
He also told us.
You're looking at just one of the so many statements he has made regarding corruption. I've just told you the other day, Twabadeka Kumiro wano, Kumikola, I think, deliberations. Now a very tough warning. Eriaba kenuzi. Naga kuruno mugenda kundaba, that you don't want to consider. But he said it.
I think the one about his son was conclusive. Because it is that he told us the meaning of his of the name of his son.
Avenger.
You know the difference between the Easterners and the Westerners. In the West, every name carries a specific meaning and is a statement of some sort. Bia Katonda, Bia Mukama, Bijirimana, Muhozi, Rukutana, Otafire, Kahinda, Kahindo. For them, every name they give is a statement of something that it carries a burden on the owner. So Mr. Museveni said he named his son Muhozi to mean the Avenger. Meaning that for whatever crimes or whatever wrongs we have done against him, his son will avenge. So if Muhozi became president tomorrow, and I see him fighting the corrupt, or even, say for that heaven's sake, kills political opponents, I will not ask why. I will simply remember that his father said that when his son comes, he will avenge on all of those who gave Museveni headache, or all of those who hated Mr. Museveni. He has said it. He's the avenger. So,
But he didn't give specifics of avenging.
No, Muhozi's DNA, it is his name. Your name defines you. So it means that the whole DNA, the whole
is about avenging.
Is avenging. And the corrupt and those giving some seven must be aware.
For me, by the way, I have no problem if General Muhozi became the president and he avenges on the corrupt. I have no problem with that.
Me too, I have no problem. But you know when he says he will avenge, and he does not say only avenge on the corrupt, but he will avenge. Who knows, you could remember that during that time, there's a guy called Muyanga Lutaya and Adam Kungu who used to oppose my father. Bring their heads.
At least you don't oppose his father, do you?
I do.
Oh.
All my preoccupation, all my youth.
Is to oppose Mr. Museveni.
Opposing Mr. Museveni, all of my youthful age.
Hope the opposition you're doing is positive criticism.
Nobody has time to analyze that. They simply say it is opposition. Nobody knows whether it is positive or not, but I've done that officially.
Okay, but again, Sir Simon, I think we also need to credit the president of this country for attempting, much as he might not have been fully successful in eliminating corruption. But I think if we are objective, we can say wabaddewo deliberate efforts or attempts okulwanyisa obukenuzi mu ggwanga, and there are so many. Nekino kyetwogerako kyabadde unearthed by the systems created. Mwami Museveni mu bimu ku bintu ebingi byakoze okulwanyisa ebintu ebifanaganako ng'ebyo kwe kuteekawo akakiiko ako aka State House Anti-Corruption Unit. At first Colonel Edith Nakalema ye yakakulembera okusooka, and they tried, in my view, nga kakajja, especially ku local councils, twabalaba nga bagende wakiso ne bakwatani. We saw that. So that is one of those attempts. The other one, office ya IGG, State House Anti-Corruption njogeddeko, tulaba Auditor General's office. You know, some of these, we have anti-corruption courts. These are deliberate attempts or efforts ezikoleddwa Mwami Museveni ne government ye okulaba nga abakenuzi tubalinnya kumfete. But tuizo kubanga tuli successful for now. But at least you see the willingness. Maybe we are not properly, attending to the problem, but those efforts have been there.
Along Acacia Road, I think some 4 years ago, I don't know whose billboard it was, but there was a very large billboard there. Was it for IUA? What was the organization called? I think it was IUA something, IUA Africa. It used to read that no one remembers who came second. I want to repeat. No one remembers who came second. But people always remember who came first. So when you say, I lost this election by only 2 votes, no. The first thing is that you lost elections.
Yes.
The margin. So people know the winner. So you who came second, you say, by the way, I was the second in the race. You have to explain. So no one remembers who came saying, I want to remember. It was a very big billboard. And you know, the Dr. Warulias who have taught me, the Aisha Nachiwalas, the Goret Nasanga, the William Tayebwas, the Kakoza, and the others who have taught me, communication is that every word in communication is as meaningful as a holotext. So that statement, no one remembers who came second.
How do you relate it to this?
How do I relate it? That we do not want to know the attempts that Mr. Museveni has made in fighting corruption. Nobody will remember those attempts, and by the way he tried, they will not remember the success stories. And many times...
but do you agree that the efforts have been there?
Many times, opportunities have presented themselves for Mr. Museveni to act on the corrupt. Every time such opportunities are presented, like so this one now.
Do you recognize his efforts in the fight against corruption in the country?
Then I need to check your academic papers.
No, do you?
I have just said, no one remembers.
And I'm not buying that statement. Because to me, I find it as not again being objective. It may be right in one or the other, but if we are talking objective, you know, discussion, I think we need to put to put this on table. Waliwo ekikoleddwa,
what's the purpose?
Waliwo ebizze bikolebwa oba completely tewali.
What's the purpose of efforts done in 37 years and no results are delivered? Efforts, attempts by Mr. Museveni to fight corruption have been on for 37 years. And you're telling me in 2023 that I should be on a national TV like this one and appreciate Mr. Museveni for his efforts and attempts in fighting corruption. What's the gestation period for these efforts to yield?
I'll have to cross-check. I don't have the figures now, but the other day I saw IGG, still ne State House and Corruption Unit, kabatugamba ensimbi zebasobodde okununula mu babbi. I will have to cross-check the figures, but
very good.
Yes, but there are figures. There is a sizable amount of money that has been retrieved from the thieves.
Adam, I want to provoke you into critical thinking. So State House and Corruption Unit ayina sente ze yanunula mu babbi ne zidda mu ggwanika ly'eggwanga ne ziggyibwayo ne zigenda zigula amabaati Karamoja go ne gabbibwa. Oba otaasiza sente.
The same unit neyambako okwidentifyinga bino.
Bataasa sente ne zidda mu ggwanika ly'eggwanga ne zivaayo zikola emirimu egiyamba eggwanga ne bagula embuzi n'amabaati ate abali mu offices balugoloobi ne banne ne babibba. Were those efforts yielding?
You know, I don't want to sound like I am defending anything here.
Yes, you are.
All I'm saying
you
is...
are defending...
No, I'm not.
Defending,
I'm not.
You are defending Mr. Museveni.
I am not defending...
Because you are concentrating on the efforts without the results.
No, but I've just told you I don't have the figures, but I know for a fact that some sizable amount of money was retrieved back.
Even those who pass in the 3rd grade or 2nd grade or 4th grade made attempts and efforts to revise, to read and understand. By the end of the day, they're in 3rd grade.
Are you summarily saying nothing has been done to fight this vice in this country?
Whatever has been done has not yielded. Is my statement clear? A lot has been done, but has not yielded. Every day, this country produces more thieves than it had yesterday. Every day, we produce more corrupt people than we had the other day. So at Mr. Museveni, for as long as Mr. Museveni continues to be president, the birth rate of the corrupt grows alongside his age. Every day.
Did you say Mr. Museveni has had, like, so many opportunities have shown up for the president to act?
Demonstrate that he can act on the corrupt.
Like which opportunities?
Like every time opportunities come, he shies away.
Like which opportunities?
Do you know for sure that Mr. Museveni has remained conspicuously silent on the Namuganza issue? that the accusations that Honorable Namuganza used his presidential directive to fraudulently give out land in Naguru. Parliament moved to censor Namuganza on those accounts. Has Mr. Museveni said anything?
At least not in the public.
Not even to clarify or confirm or deny or do anything. That was an opportunity to say, I also agree. I never gave a directive and she did that. Mumutwale. He's quiet. But this is something that Parliament were acted on. So we're asking, who of the two was a joker? The President or Parliament? That's opportunity number one. The opportunity number two is in...
Maybe I should give the other opportunity, number two.
Number two, if you have one.
Just to supplement, the other day, twalaba yali IGG wa Uganda, Muchala Irene Mulyagonja. Ababbi buli wembafuumuula basibira ku mulyango gwa State House. And I think...
And you are telling me that I should applaud the efforts.
And I think that was yet another opportunity for the President to say,
come out.
Towairiza.
Baluwa.
Baliwa.
By mentioning. I should also remind you that when Justice Faith Kalikwani Muonda was Inspector of Government, Bamwitam Parliament, nagamba nti, I cannot go to the house of the corrupt to vet me. Because where you are sending me, the reports I have, as you are sending me to a gang of the corrupt
in Parliament
to vet me. And the woman, I want to
no, I need to get you very well.
In Parliament.
So Justice Mwanda.
Yes.
Yagasobola genda mu Parliament.
Yes.
Eryejjudde
abaliyake
ogubinja
abaliyake
gwababbi
abaliyake bembadde noonyerezaako ate ogambe nti bwe baba banvetting whether should be igig again or not. That was a serious statement, and I want to thank, I'm even proud that I belong, in one or the other, I belong to where Justice Monda belongs. Yalemerako naga nti, for as long, if you want to make me igigi again, and you are saying to the corrupt, I will not go there. And she did not go there. And she lost that office.
So that was another opportunity for the President.
Now,
the fourth one.
There was also another opportunity in the 6th Parliament when Salam Musumba, Winnie Byanyima, and the others were still in Parliament, and they censored the corrupt. They threw away Jim Muhwezi. They threw away...
was that the time when they threw away Karamoja as well?
And the others, that was of recent. Today, the people were thrown out for corruption during that time. Are in government serving. That was another opportunity. Once you are proved corrupt, we condemn you and arrest you. Today, there is another opportunity that a bunch of several thieves, a bunch of them,
several ministers. I don't like, it doesn't sound well for me when you conclude and say a bunch of thieves.
Okay. Okay. A bunch of
Mr. Museveni's ministers.
No, I don't want to say Mr. Museveni. That will sound nice. A bunch of government ministers.
Cabinet ministers.
Cabinet ministers have been implicated in what is too obvious. Because somebody should applaud the new vision. They made it clear. Nti nga mukyanonya amabati ewalugolo bigali ku kiyumba kya mbizi ne bakuwa n'ekiyumba ky'embizi ne bakireeta ne bakuwa ne location. What else do you want to investigate? So that is another opportunity, and I can tell you that the reason these people are not resigning is that they know that their boss will maintain them.
But is that even is resigning a culture here in Uganda?
So he's not going to fire anyone. So
I doubt again, Sir Simon. You know, I don't know. The conclusion you're making that he's not going to fire anyone, that we can wait. I can bet that we may see Mr. Museveni take action on these people, at least one or two of them, in the coming days or weeks.
What I have heard the State House confidants say is that Mr. Museveni is too parental to punish. I want to repeat. Mr. Museveni is too parental to punish too kind to punish, too tolerant to punish. That's why I'm saying,
just like any other judge.
The only thing he can help himself now to redeem his image is to appoint me prime minister. And I say, Mzee, rest in Entebbe, watch me nifanye kazi hapa kwa office ya prime minister. Give me this office. And people think I am joking. Give me that office of the prime minister. That one. I said 3 teams. Resource mobilization team, resource allocation team, accountability team. I'll clean that office. I'll clean that office because I have nothing to lose there. Some of these things.
Mama right honorable Rovina Musafiri Nabanjo Mulekewa.
I see what Nabanja will do. She will have some.
Any minister
of what? Of health.
Yes.
This office, the only thing Mr. Museveni can do today to save his government is to appoint me prime minister to sort out this.
Katunyo kumazi tujane hot cup at 9 over.